I couldn't tell if Milam was excited or if she was kind of distraught because there was so many enemies. Because it seems like, oh, there's too many enemies. I might as well go all out and take them out, since there's no way I can hit them from the back. Or she was actually mad she couldn't hit them from the back because there was so many. Yeah, skip. Let's just take care of these monsters for good. I really hate how bad this game runs on my phone. My phone is pretty new. I don't know why it doesn't run amazingly. I don't know if it's because like how much storage this game or any of the other games take up on my phone. Like maybe if I cleared out some apps, but I feel like I need everything I currently have. Tricksters, Part 1. Well, we managed to get through it. But seriously, I never imagined these rules would make things so tough for us. Yeah, but like I said, if we didn't have these rules, we'd simply clear the dungeon like it was nothing. Honestly, the fact that it's this hard when we're attempting it as normal adventures means the difficulty settings for the early floors are pretty good. Well, we can't complain here. It's only the 10th floor after all. But it does feel like it was a long way to get here. But hey, now that we're on the 10th floor, there'll be a transport gate. Yeah, we put a gate here leading to the floors where we added new traps and stuff. I'm a bit worried about what's up ahead, but hey, we're here to test those floors. So we're heading straight to the target floors, huh? This is going to be epic! So you say, but so far, no one's really done anything epic, you know? Anyway, let's stay focused. The real test starts here. Okie dokie! I'm opening the gate to the test floors now. Hidden Test Floor 1. The air feels more tense than earlier. It looks no different, but something about it feels off. What's wrong, Rimuru? Nervous? No, nothing like that. But it's been a while since I felt something like this. We planted new traps and magical beasts starting from this hidden test floor, right? And if I remember correctly, this one was designed by Master. What kind of traps did you put here, Veldora? Well, I set up. Hey, as if I tell you, that would ruin the fun. Fun? Hey, this is a playtest, remember? You gotta at least tell us what kind of things you planted. Yeah, very well. However, I shall only reveal the theme. The theme is instant death. Instant death? That sounds like a pretty extreme trap. Instant death comes in a variety of flavors, but just don't tell me that involves getting skewered by a spear, okay? No, that would be a bit too normal. Besides, a party strong enough to reach this floor wouldn't fall for something that simple. Do not worry. Once you trigger it, it's guaranteed to cause instant death. Guaranteed? You sound awfully confident. Well, as long as we don't trigger the trap... Oh! You've gotta be kidding me! Ramrus! Wait, transfer magic? Did Did we all get transported? Hang on. I think I recognize this place.
Ah.
Me too. This is the last floor of the dungeon. The last floor? My Thought Master said it was an instant death trap. Oh! Don't tell me this trap sends adventurers to the last floor so that Veldora can personally wipe them out. You guessed it! I shall annihilate any intruder, personally, with my very own hands. So that's why you're in dragon form. Hey, that's way too harsh. Wahahaha! This sheer unreasonableness makes it an instant death trap. I say it's perfect. Ahem. Now, as you shall know, this is the last floor of my domain, and the fate of every single adventurer who steps in is already sealed. Oh, he's in some weird acting mode. Obviously, you shall all be crushed by me, for I am the Storm Dragon, Veldora Tempest. Now, come at me if you dare. Wow, it's already the final boss fight? Rimuru, now's the time to really show the strength of our bond. There's a lot I want to say, but I guess dealing with Veldora comes first. Okay, Ramorous, you take the lead. What? I mean, I guess I'm the only one who can, but... Fine, I'll do it. Wahahaha! Come at me! Tricksters Part 2. Okay, we're taking on Veldora. So I wonder, are we gonna be seeing everyone's test floor? So one that Milim came up with, and one that Ramorous came up with, and Rimuru. So everyone gets their own test floor. Kind of show their different mindsets. And are these guys going like 100% using their rules? Because if Ramorous is the Berserker, so is she gonna use her powers too while trying to be a Berserker? Stranglers, Part 1. Is this a typo or is this right? Stranglers, or is this supposed to be stragglers? Because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to get rid of the N for stragglers. Yeah, this is a weird word. I've never seen anyone say stranglers. So either something is going to strangle these guys, or this is stragglers. Because I'm guessing some people are extra on this, so they're stragglers with the group. Wahahaha! As expected of adventurers who made it this far, I admit, you guys are strong. But playtime is over. I shall now reduce you all to ashes with my ultimate secret skill. Don't give me that, as expected of adventurers who made it this far crap. We only got here because your trap teleported us. Hey, let me enjoy myself here. Don't worry about the details. We have to worry about the details. Why else do you think we came to the dungeon in the first place? But if you think about it, only like a handful of adventurers could withstand facing Veldora. So wouldn't that make it a good instant death trap? No. Remember when Masayuki tried and used all those pitfalls as shortcuts? It's no different from that. Well, isn't it pretty different because you have to defeat Veldora to complete the dungeon? Unless they can get past him and still win the dungeon. It is pretty different, and I don't think there's any way for them to go back up. So I guess they could say they got to the 100th floor and left. So that is a bragging right of like, yeah, I made it to the 100th floor and lived. Even though they probably just teleported as soon as they got there and saw Veldora. But yeah, that's my biggest question. Do they have to defeat Veldora? Or can they get past him and still win the dungeon? And plus, when some of the other adventurers are doing that, it's just because they're fighting too weak of enemies, or the treasure they're getting isn't valuable enough. So they want to get down faster to find better treasure and better monsters to fight. But once you get to the last floor, there is no finding better monsters. There's only a single monster.
Ah.
Exactly! If people could instantly get to the last boss that easily, there's no point in exploring the dungeon. They'd skip most of the floors just by stepping on that trap. But isn't the trap random? Because doesn't the labyrinth change itself every single day? Like, the only floors that stay the same are the boss floors or guardian floors. So I guess they could look on every floor trying to find that instant trap that sends them to the last floor. But that would take a lot of time and they would have to explore all the floors. And who knows, it might not even spawn that day.
そうだな。
Besides, unlike normal encounters, you never know who's gonna trigger the trap or win. It'll cause problems for you too, Veldora.
うんうん。
Yeah, you have to stay on the last floor at all times. Adventurers could instantly clear the dungeon if you're not there, Master.
だからさ。
Going out anywhere would be out of the question. You wouldn't even have time to enjoy your manga and snacks. Well, it's not like everyone's gonna instantly be teleporting here. It's probably just gonna be one group at a time. Like maybe a massive party all found the secret floor and teleported here. But he's gonna have time to enjoy his snacks. He's not gonna be on the edge all the time. He's gonna be at the other side of the room. That means they probably need some alarms or something every time this trap is triggered. To be like, people teleporting into the last floor. So I would say that's a little extreme for him to say you can't enjoy your manga and snacks. Like, unless he means you can't go grab your manga and snacks because they're in like the main house or in some other random store. That would indeed be a problem.
ああ。
Good. Then we're rejecting this trap. Sigh. What a start. Now I'm worried about the rest of the adjustments.
だがな。
That trap was out of the question. But I still think that unreasonable traps are just the right challenge for strong adventurers.
そうだな。
Yeah, I guess. There's bound to be adventurers who will overcome whatever we throw at them. As long as the challenge we lay out are worth tackling. Alright, let's get back and check the other floors. I just hope there won't be any more unreasonable traps. Hidden Test Floor 2.
あ？
There's fewer magical beasts here than the other floors.
うーん。
Well, I mainly adjusted the gimmicks here. I think you had to solve the gimmicks while fending off the magical beast, right?
ああ。
Yeah, that was my idea. I wanted to split the party up and break their coordination. You know, to try and slow down their progress.
つまりな。
And if they get the gimmick wrong, a whole bunch of powerful magical beasts will appear. So the party needs to divide up and fight the magical beast, all while solving the gimmick correctly. Sounds a bit complicated, but I'm intrigued. So how exactly are we gonna split up?
そうだな。
I think with fewer magical beasts around, Milim's sneak attack should be effective. Rummers can support that. So you two, please handle the magical beast.
お？
So you're gonna solve the gimmick, Rimuru?
ああ。
Yeah, because this gimmick requires magic. And while I'm working on it, I want you to guard me, Veldora.
よかろう。
Sure, I've got your back.
許さないからね。
Alright, then I'll leave the gimmick solving to you. Just so you know, you better not mess up.
任せろ。
Don't worry, I'm the one who designed it, remember?
よし
Alright, let's head over to where the gimmick is. So this is the spot, huh?
ああ
Yeah. Normally you have to search nearby floors for clues to figure out the right method, but since this is just a playtest, we'll just go through the solution.
と
First, I need to cast 3 lightning spells. Veldora, the magical beasts are gonna appear immediately after I start chanting, so be on standby. Gotcha! I'm ready anytime!
行くぞ
Alright, here goes then. Here they come! Okay, I'll take you all on! Okay, so they're doing a gimmick floor or gimmick puzzle, whatever. I wonder why they call it a gimmick instead of just calling it a puzzle. It's still a little strange that these guys haven't died even one time in the dungeon. Like, they're all powerful demon lords, so I don't know if they have any power dampening stuff on them, or if they're just holding back a lot, but their bodies are basically indestructible by anything in this dungeon. Because that's the only thing I can imagine, that they just can't be taken out by any of this stuff. Like, no matter how many magicules or no matter like how much power they reduce in their self, they can't take away their durability. Fighters, Part 1.
行くぞ
Good. Next up, a fire spell. Veldora, can you still hold out? Don't be stupid. They'll need to bring an army 10 times this size if they really want to break through me.
あ
Great, because the number of magical beasts is about to increase tenfold, or more like 15-fold. So keep it up, Veldora. What did you just say? You didn't warn me, Rimuru, and you expect me to take them all on with restrictions?
あえ
Hey, just focus on intercepting them, or else my chant. Oops. Oops. What?
と
The spell didn't go off in time, so I have to start over. And since I failed to solve the gimmick,
ふふん
yet another successful sneak attack.
やった
You're starting to move like a real assassin. I like it. This is nothing for me.
うまい
I think we've taken down most of the magical beasts. I wonder how Rimuru and Veldora are doing.
うんうん
Who knows? Well, Rimuru did design the gimmick himself, so it's not like he'd mess it up. What the? All these magical beasts suddenly appeared!
うわ
Don't tell me he failed to solve the gimmick!
イエ
Wait! Now that I've been seen, do I have to take them all down myself? That's impossible!
ーうまい
Ramrus, listen to me. If anybody asks, you're gonna tell them there just so happened to be an explosive rock nearby, okay?
マジ
Wait! Don't tell me!
行くのだ
Ha! Whoa! Thank goodness!
どうだ
That takes care of that. Let's hurry back and check in on how they're doing.
すまない
My bad. I ran out of time chanting and didn't get to solve the gimmick. Well, actually, it was because you interrupted me. It wasn't my fault!
ふふん
Hey, don't worry. Ramrus handled everything perfectly on our side. Hehe, I wiped them all out like a storm.
何 て
Really? I thought I heard something that sounded like a huge explosion. Was that your doing, Remerus? Details, details. Anyway, we're done testing this floor, right?
あ
Yeah, I guess. Personally, I think we can raise the difficulty a little bit more. What's this presence? It feels pretty ominous.
え
Oh, maybe the enemy I made has come out. I designed a type that would only appear when you're taking too long to clear the floor. Ah, yeah. We could do with some enemies like that. So what is it like? Well, you see, I made it extra strong. I basically gave it an ability that makes it almost invincible. Invincible? Now that makes me want to defeat it even more.
どうだ
I'm sure something like that is nothing for us. Speak of the devil, is it that thing coming towards us? It's a snake. Kinda like the other snakes we've already been fighting.
あ
I see. It sure looks strong,
行くのだ
but it hasn't noticed us yet. Invincible or not, I'm gonna take it down with my sneak attack.
でもね
We'll see about that.
そうだな
Alright, Milim, just be careful, okay?
うまい
Got it! I guess she finished it. Wow, that was surprisingly easy.
いや
No, not yet.
何
What? I was positive I finished it.
いいだろう
It's coming this way. Okay, I've got this one.
行くぞ
I'll provide support. Remers, you're on vanguard duty.
は
Roger, charge! So it's got raw power, huh? But what's more concerning is that it looked like it just revived.
ーい
Bingo!
うん
You gave it a resurrection ability? Huh. Please don't tell me it's infinite.
でもね
No, but it'll feel like it. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was about 10,000 times.
え
10,000 times? That makes it almost invincible, right? So unless you quickly run away from it, it'll gradually corner you. This is way too much work.
くそ
What do we do? Honestly, we can't be fighting something like that for real.
軽くひねってやろう
Now let's face it head on. I know how these things work. There's usually some kind of cheap move you can repeatedly exploit, right?
うーん
Well, there might be one, but... So what's the deal, Ramrus? Not sure. Why don't you try finding out? Does she actually not know? Or does she not want to tell? Why is Veldora making this sound like it's a video game, and Rimuru isn't correcting him, being like, this is real life, of course there's no exploit. But if she did make a weakness into the monster, so she or anyone else can easily defeat it, then I guess that's kinda brilliant.
やれやれ
So no hints, huh? Alright, we'll try to do what we can. I better be careful with how I use my magic. This may turn into a long fight. So now they're fighting a immortal snake. It would be kinda cool if the snake had a bunch of the bracelets on itself, or maybe inside its stomach.
ご期待に応えてごらん
So, it's like you could possibly grab some of the resurrection bracelets from this creature. So, all of its scales are basically resurrection bracelets that you could grab off of it.
さっきも喜んで
But
お
of
りま
course
す
it's gonna revive as soon as you kill it. Or if you just went into the stomach and grabbed the resurrection bracelets. Like, that just seems like a fun idea for a raid boss. Breakers, Part 1. That makes it the 1000 Resurrection. It's pretty intelligent too, and it's carefully watching how we coordinate attacks. I guess we don't have the luxury of exploiting it with cheat moves. I can't believe you were actually counting. I was honestly just starting to get a bit sleepy.
えーっと
Maybe 10,000 was a bit too much. But don't you think parties could steamroll it with brute force if it was any less than that? Isn't the point of this monster supposed to chase around people who are taking too long in the gimmick dungeon? So either it kills, or it gets the people out of that floor. But I guess it's supposed to chase them down and eat them if they can't complete the gimmick. Because I don't know if you can pass the gimmick floor without passing the gimmick. Or if the gimmick is just to give you a lot of treasure. Then that also makes sense. Whatever the case, I haven't had a chance to shine at all. I'm getting sick of doing all these little sneak attacks.
そうだな
Well, assassins tend to have to fight tediously in situations like this.
遊んでやる
I can't take it anymore! Alright, if that's the case, I'm blasting it with a huge hit.
え
Hey, don't forget about the restrictions!
行くのだ
Ha! What's with all this shaking?
えっと
Great Rimuru and the others should be down there in the lower floors. What is going on?
うまい
Yep, that one felt solid. I bet I blew it up like 500 times during that explosion.
えーっと
Milam, what about your restrictions? Hey, I only went all out a little bit. I was just venting, that's all. So that doesn't count as an attack. That's a pretty flimsy excuse. It's running away! Maybe it finally realized that it stands no chance against us. Well, at least it's a good sport.
え
Wait, isn't that actually a problem? I mean, it's heading towards the gate to the 60th floor.
うわ
Uh-oh! If it escapes, that thing's gonna rampage through the currently active floors.
くそ
And if it keeps climbing upward, who knows what utter chaos it'll cause if it reaches the early floors?
あ
Milam's attack, sorry, her venting, probably increased the resurrection count to about 1,500. That means we've got about 8,500 to go. Yeah, we'll just have to do this.
あ行くぞ
Let's hurry after it. We'll have to finish it off before it reaches the early floors.
感謝するっす
Phew! Thanks for looking after me, a doll man. I'm starting to feel a lot better. I'm also recovering as well. You have my thanks.
ええ
I only used a potion on you, so there's no need for thanks. Right. I think you ought to get back to the surface.
え
What is that thing? It came out of nowhere. This abnormal presence. It's no ordinary creature. Please stay on guard.
動くな
We've caught up to you, magical beast. Yeah!
なんと
Lord Vildora and Master.
すまない
Sorry, it's an emergency. We need to take down this magical beast as quickly as possible.
えっと
Sure. I mean, It looks strong, but it's only a magical beast, right? Shouldn't this be a cakewalk for you, Great Rimuru?
Ah,
This thing revives 10,000 times. We've been attacking it while chasing it, but we're still only on... What was it?
ah,
We're on the 4,530th 9 kill.
そうなのだ。
Apparently so. You've really been counting carefully, huh? I bet it's not even him counting. Like, Great Sage either has a counter of how many times this thing revived, because her analyst skill is that good, or she is just counting, since she can count each lethal kill. On top of that, we've imposed strict rules on ourselves. That's why I've been doing most of the fighting this whole time. And it's starting to take a toll on me.
負けるか。
We'll keep aiding you from behind, so just hang in there. Vildora, provide backup for Ramorous. Already on it! Damn! If it weren't for these restrictions, we wouldn't have to go through all this trouble. Gah! I'm at my limit! Like, what does she mean at her limit? Like her patience limit? Or her actual power limit? Because she's not used to fighting with full power. It's targeting Ramorous! Vildora! I won't make it! What? Seriously? They literally have resurrection bracelets. If she were to die here, it's not a permanent death. Whoa! Giant snake versus dragon? Is this Dragon Wars?
おお。
He turns into his dragon form to protect Ramorous.
ありがとう。
Master! Are you going to scold me for breaking my restriction, Rimuru?
いや、
No. Good job, Veldora. He's glad that he's breaking the restriction to protect his teammate. Most of the time when they were breaking the restrictions, it was to do something selfish because they didn't want to deal with the monsters, or do something to avoid actually challenging the dungeon. So now that Veldora is using his power to protect the people around him, Rimuru is happy.
我の番だな。
Playing under restrictions is fun, but a party member's life is way more important.
行くぞ。
Alright, I'm at my limit. No more games. Great, I'm going all out too.
そうなのだ。
Me too. It's fine, right, Rimuru?
ああ。
I guess we don't have a choice. Alright, no holds barred from now on.
行くぞ。
If all of us go all out, that thing's gonna learn that it stands no chance, no matter how many times it revives itself. So they're going to break the infinite reviving creature, or I guess 10,000 revived creature. It would be kinda cool if, like, no matter how much power they put into each attack only takes one life from the creature. So if their math was completely wrong, that just each of these attacks weren't really doing a lot to the creature. Like, yeah, it was killing it,
は許さないのだ。
but they're gonna need, like, to actually kill it 10,000 times.
楽しくなってきたよ。
力量の違いってやつ。
No, no.
各
Dominators!
各
The explosion came from this floor! Eek! what's going on. It would have been funny if Driss was just taken out by that. That literally looked like it just destroyed her and turned her into ash.
What?
Huh? Driss, did you come to see what's going on? Keep back! Hurry! Get inside my barrier! I thought a doll man and Gabata and Ranga were gonna help, but no, apparently they're staying back and letting the demon lords and true dragon take care of this. Thank you so much. Could someone tell me what's going on? Currently, Great Rimuru's party is launching an incredible series of attacks on a magical beast that resurrects itself 10,000 times. And now, without their self-imposed restrictions, the beast clearly stands no chance against 3 demon lords and the storm dragon. At this point, resurrecting like that must feel like endless suffering. Wahahaha! Boy, it sure feels good to go all out! Tell me about it! Rimuru, how many resurrections are we at now? 9,900. Only 100 more to go. We're almost at the finish line. Now let's end this together. Yeah, alright. First, I'll restrain it with Beelzebub. Why doesn't he just eat it with Beelzebub? I'm sure with Beelzebub, that's one attack he can't resurrect from if Rimuru eats everything. Unless it resurrects inside Rimuru. How does this even work? How does Beelzebub restrict him? Like, unless he's eating everything but the head. So when he regenerates, he's kind of there for a few seconds. Nice! Vodora, let's do a coordinated attack. Very well. Let everything be blown away! Do it! Do it! Whoa! Way too fast and way too bright for me to follow with my eyes! 9,950. 9,960. Oh, how merciless! That's kinda cool. Gabata can't see them moving or their attacks anymore, while a doll man can still. That shows why he's a floor master and Gabata isn't. So to see their power difference, I wonder, with the fusion with Ranga, would Gabata still be able to see the attacks, or he still wouldn't? Because even being at a tier where a doll man can recognize their attacks is incredible. That means he's not like outrageously far from the Demon Lord status or Demon Lord tier fighter. Only a little more until 10,000. 9,990, 9,991. I thought these attacks were supposed to take multiple lives. Why is it now going super slowly, only one at a time? Unless now they're actually torturing this creature. So instead they're just using straight up physical attacks. 9,992, 9,993. Go for it, Great Rimuru! 9,994, 9,995. This sure is a rare sight to behold. 9,996, 9,997. Keep going and finish it off! I'll unleash all my frustration for not being able to go all out. 9,998. You can have the last blow, Rimuru. 9,999. Okay, this is it. 10,000. It's not reviving! Wow, we really fought it 10,000 times! Guys, seriously, good work! Phew, we really did it! I gotta hand it to it. It was able to keep up with us for so long. But that final stretch was pretty fun. There aren't many foes out there that would require us to hit them with coordinated attacks. Great work, everyone! I was so nervous thinking that might actually never stop reviving. I knew you would stop it, Master! You truly are incredible! I was able to reaffirm my belief that you are on another level from us. My reverence for you only deepens. Still, we were pretty desperate, if I'm being honest. Oh well, we managed to defeat it before it reached the upper floors, so that's good. Really? Thank you so much for stopping that magical beast. But will that creature actually be implemented in the future? I think that would be too cruel. Oh, maybe we could set it for about 5,000 resurrections. Never! Even 5,000 would be too cruel. I think a creature like that could actually work in the dungeon. It's either a raid boss that they would have to take their time killing, or a creature that every adventurer would have to whittle down eventually until it dies. Like, just have it roam around certain floors trying to chase adventurers. Or, like the original purpose of it, that it only attacks adventurers if they're taking too long with the gimmick. Oh, I just had a great idea! Why not have me patrol the dungeon instead?
Ooh.
Oh, that's an excellent proposal! It kinda sounds fun, but there's no way in the world I'm allowing that. Besides, the whole reason this project began was because we were too busy. So, she really wants to patrol this? Why not have me patrol the dungeon instead? No, just have the creature patrol. Have something strong patrol. They just need to open up these floors so the creatures aren't restricted to one floor. But so that these creatures also can't go through too many floors and start destroying the smaller floors or higher floors. And so, our dungeon continues to evolve every day through continued trial and error. Yeah, so they didn't even actually solve the problem. They adjusted it a little bit. So I guess that's what the line of a continue of trial and error. They're constantly patching their game, making it easier or harder if they feel too many people are completing stuff. But overall, that was a good story. I kind of wish we could have seen this in the cutscene. Them getting happy about some treasure. Either as their first treasure that they find as, alright, we're official adventurers, we found something good. Or actually finding legendary gear that they all think is cool. And I wonder what the Predator battle is going to even be. Because it's a spider bee, so I have no idea if that is going to be particularly tough for them. And is it going to be after, or is it going to be another test floor we haven't seen? So are they going to be like, oh yeah, we forgot about testing this floor. Let's go check it out. And then it's this super strong, infinite death spider bee thing. But yeah, this was a pretty decent anniversary event. So I hope you guys enjoyed Slime Isekai Memory Lethal Labyrinth. And if you guys did, please make sure to follow me on all my social medias like my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, my DLive, my TikTok, my Kick, Rumble, Odyssey, and Patreon. And check out my second YouTube channel. And like and comment on all my videos. And even join my Discord. There you can stay up to date with everything I choose to do, or my streams, videos, or anything else. But yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Bye.